I was born in Baltimore. At the time of the Second World War was about to get very hot. And my father was an aeronautical engineer. He never told us anything about his work, but he helped design the B-26 bomber, which 5,000 of them went out. And it was pretty much the end of the war at that time. We left for Montreal after the war, and that's where I had a wonderful education for about 8 years, and then we moved back to the New England area where my mom was from. And my own life is, you know, I'm getting up there in years, but I have enjoyed a real privileged life of education. And I went to the University of Hartford and then Michigan. In my 40s, I went to the University of Michigan to learn to be a conductor. Well, I found out that 19-year-olds would blow me out of the water. That was on their instruments. It was a very challenging thing to do, and my dad, who had a good sense of humor, said, "You want to be a conductor? Well, I hear that von Karajan has retired from the Berlin Philharmonic, so there's a job for you." So many years later, I taught English and music in Rhode Island, and when I retired, my son was living in Spokane, and therefore I've been here ever since, and enjoying lots of the community I live in, which I share with Jan and Gary, is Peaceful Valley. Everybody knows everyone, and they're friendly, and it's a great little community, not far from the river, and right down at the bottom of Main Avenue. There's where we live. So I've enjoyed 16 years in this house right in front of where they live, you know, and have enjoyed that relationship of all the people in that area, and come to love the community. So, but this is quite an awakening to see such a beautiful church and warm-hearted people everywhere. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm going to start with a song that I wrote for the Unitarian Assembly, the General Assembly. I'm a member of the church in Spokane, but this is the National Assembly. In 2019, I wrote a song that I'm going to start with called "Rise on the Side of Love." And the motto at that time of the administration of the church was, I believe, standing on the side of love. And so that was a little bit of a steal there. And so I'll sing the "Rise on the Side of Love." And thank you for being here and listening. What a wonderful group. I'm happy to be here. A wise woman spoke these words many years ago. Down we forget, as up we grow. When children listen to what they need to know, speak on the side of love. Her voice, I do recall, was always sweet and low. still sounds within my heart when rough winds blow. Your trials and victories, there's just one way to go, living on the side of love. When hatred and ignorance and fear abound, darkness descends, there's no sacred ground. Only one power can bring the morning round, standing on the side of love. Remember the brother you lost in a feud. Open your heart and let him through. Hold the sister, challenges your soul. Heal on the side of love. If Jesus and Moses, Muhammad and Buddha too, were asked the question, what should we do? Without a pause they'd say, sitting here with you, work on the side of love. We gotta work on the side of love. Lay a fire deep inside your soul tonight. Dream of the world at peace in that firelight. Let your troubles go like feather things in flight. And rise on the side. We gotta dream on the side. We gotta love on the side. We gotta heal on the side and work on the side of love. Okay, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Now, there came a time in the Connecticut years when there was a certain phenomenal mover and shaker going on, coming up, that everybody had started to hear about. His name was Martin Luther King. And Dr. King was a 15-year-old when he first went to college. That's one of those little facts that you go, oh my gosh, you know, what a bright, what a bright light.
Like taking a Walsall here in school.
And the things he said, just tremendous. I have a couple of things here that inspired me to write the song. And in the song, Let Freedom Ring was not what I was going to sing next, but I will now. Sorry. Let Freedom Ring was when I actually ran away from home to go hear him in Washington, D.C. My father was saying, where is she? You know, I was gone for a full day. The bus left. It was a African-American church, and they left at 1 o'clock in the morning from Hartford and got to D.C. at around 7. And Dr. King was there about an hour later on the Capitol grounds. 200,000 people were there from all over the country. And the song I'm going to sing is pretends that I was actually awake and listening. The truth was that I got hungry, went down the grassy ellipse, whatever they call it, and I had a wonderful place right in front of the Lincoln Memorial. Instead of staying there, I went down to a hot dog line, and it was far too long, and I lay down on the grass and went sound asleep. And when Dr. King got to the part where he says, from every mountain and molehill in Alabama, I woke up. So I missed the speech. But that was the very end of the speech. Let Freedom Ring definitely came through. Here's the song. And he did say hatred. These are some things that he said that I thought I'd like to share with you. Hatred traps you and leaves you alone and silent. Love frees you to breathe and move and gather and sing. I have decided to stick with love. Hatred is too great a burden to bear. You've probably heard that a few times. We were on the bus at midnight in 1963. Standing room only, rolling down to D.C. We shall overcome, we sang. This was the day we'd be marching with Martin Luther King. 200,000 souls gathered on those Capitol grounds. When Martin started speaking, there was no other sound. Till Mahalia Jackson cried out for words that are now renowned. And Martin said, let freedom ring. Now freedom is the cry, understood by everyone. When you're blessed with freedom, your journey has begun. Every mighty river started at a spring, and Martin said, let freedom ring. His sunlit path to justice has run into some rain. If you're brown in Arizona, our high court did proclaim the law can question who you are and if you shall remain. But Martin said, let freedom ring. He never said corruption pays so, envy your gold. He never said the children should bear the heavy load. He never said that law should stop brown folks on the road. Martin said, let freedom. Lincoln said, let freedom. The people say, let freedom. Oh, so let freedom ring. you so much. What a great crew. Now, the next song I'm going to sing, I brought a couple of young ones with me today, and they're perfect examples of what I love about American children, partly because they have, a lot of them, a great access to good education. And yet the song is a little bit troubling in the beginning. American Child. Daylight finds the broken streets, their eyes are open, their dreams were deep. Daylight grows, they're in the road, upon their back, a heavy load. Ask our Prince of Silver, your goddess of gold, why they leave you hungry and feeling cold. The answer in a mother's smile, gold's in the mind of my American child. When we were young, out on the farm, grandfather kept those children warm. He arose before every dawn, before the sky turned red on faces and barns. Then to the city we moved away. I still hear grandmother say, we'll return one fine day. She knew the heart of an American child. Young folks now know what's in store. We hear their voices more and more, seeking to change the wrongs they see and truly be an American child. Ask your Prince of Silver, your goddess of gold, why they leave you empty and feeling cold. The answer in a father's smile, gold's in the mind of an American child. The answer in a teacher's smile, gold's in the mind of every child. And the answer all around the world, gold's in the mind of every boy and girl. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, and you're so kind. I'm kind of dramatizing all these songs, but I love them. we have an amazing climate activist in the Unitarian congregation in Spokane. His name is Jacob Johns. He's a Native American, part Hopi, and I think he has lived down in the southwestern part of the U.S., and also he's made a home in Spokane. And everybody that knows him loves him. He's an artist. He was shot in the stomach in last September at a protest in New Mexico where they were bringing back a statue of a conquistador, who was nasty to the Native Americans. And the fellow came right up to him and shot him in the stomach. He was in the hospital 5 weeks, and by November, I believe it was, there was a Conference of the Properties, which is the international climate watching conference sponsored, I think, by the UN in Dubai, way over in the Middle East. And he's all well now. He's all healed. And I wrote this song for him. He was in the church just a few weeks ago. And in the fall, he's going to Azerbaijan. I don't know where that is. It's over there somewhere. Very heavily oil-producing country, I imagine. And he'll be doing his thing there, too. He's a really fine activist and artist. I remember seeing Jacob at it was kind of like a 4th of July event outside an ice cream parlor. And I said he was an artist. He was drawing a face on a huge piece of paper. And he didn't get very far before I could see who it was. It was Martin Luther King. His face. Yeah, beautiful face. Here we go with, now this is a climate fighting song. And I wrote it for Jacob. He's a worldwide climate activist. There was wind in the pines, the rivers ran wild. We gathered round the campfire when I was a child. Eyes lifted skyward, faces all aglow. People got together, it was long, long ago. Far from safe harbor, in open water now, sinking as fast as the tide will allow. Our sides are all splintering. Where can we go? Past hurricanes, tornadoes, and the earthquake below. Where we're at now is not where we're going. The strong voices of protest are steadily growing. We protest injustice, however it comes, from carbon emission or the barrel of a gun. Bear in a cave above a rolling stream, we're waking up hungry past the long winter dream of clean air, clean water, food from the ground. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. Differences are mostly the story we're in, not gender or culture or color of skin. But unless we unite, brown, black, and white, it's Armageddon for sure. I will be gone in the night. Keep fighting for the planet, keep a cool mind. The world will turn green again, there'll be wind in the pine. Come round the campfire in summertime. Let peace be in the valley for all humankind. Peace in the valley for all humankind. You hold them right in time. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for the lovely service you provided for everybody this morning. All of the pieces of the service. This is my last song, and it is, I think, been handed out. Pete Seeger wrote a very sweet, probably in the 50s. When we were in Montreal, he came there because of the blacklist in the Congress. Joseph McCarthy called him a communist, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, he was up in Canada, and he at some point, I believe in the 50s or early 60s, he wrote this song, and it is sweet. You'll be glad to know that. Very sweet song. You're welcome to sing along because you have the words, and the tune is simple. It goes like this. Singing if you like it. Oh, had I a golden thread and needle so fine, I would weave a magic strand of rainbow design, of rainbow design. In it, I'd weave the bravery of women giving birth. I hear you. And in it, I would weave the innocence of children over all the earth. Children of all earth. In it I would weave the restlessness of men going ever far through the blistering desert sands and blizzard of the north, of the frozen north. Far over, this is a little bit different, it's a bridge. Far over the water, I'd reach my magic band to every foreign city, every land, in every land. Show my brothers and my sisters my rainbow design. Bind up this sorry world with hand and heart and mind. Hand understand, so they understand. Sing the last part with me. It's the same as the first. Oh, had I a golden thread and needle so fine, thank you, I would weave a magic strand of the rainbow design, of rainbow design. Thank you so much. And I hope I'll see you in the future. It's a lovely church, it truly is. A beautiful church. And Mary and Jan were right. The people are great. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam, so much. What a glorious privilege it has been to have you here today and share your gift with us. You want to give it up one more time?